Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to today's video. Now today is a very special day. We are getting two of my dream fish that I've been waiting for probably ever. So quick little backstory, I was at my local fish store one day and they happened to have one fish in stock that I was in love with. I've wanted this fish for a super long time, and so I'm like, oh, how much is that fish? I got the price, got it all figured out, and then I'm like, you know, my saltwater tank's just getting set up, I'm gonna wait. Come back next week, there's my second dream fish. You're gonna see them in a minute, but I'm like, okay, my two favorite fish are here, it's happening, put them on hold, get them quarantined, get them ready to go, and I'll be back in a few weeks. Today is that day where it is time to go pick up my fish. Now, both of these fish, technically when they're full grown, require a 180-gallon aquarium. I have a 120-gallon aquarium. Luckily, they're both like this big, so they'll be totally fine in my 120-gallon tank for a super long time until they outgrow it. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and throw you over to the fish store, and let's go pick up these fish. Just like that, we are back and I got the fish right here. Let's take a look at them real fast. So this guy right here is the blue tang. He was $45, super active. And then right here is my naso tang. Now, they get spots when they're stressed. That's what those white spots are, in case you're wondering. So here they are. Now the blue tang, like I mentioned, was $45. The naso tang right here was $28.99. So total was about $78 for these two fish. Now they were quarantined or held at the local fish store for 3 weeks. I think the naso tang actually got held for 4 weeks and the blue tang was 3 weeks. Either way, I had them put the fish on hold for me in order so I could claim them basically, because fish move pretty fast. Let them quarantine them, let them get them all ready, and here they are. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the lights off in the aquarium and let these guys get acclimated, then I'll add them to the tank and I'll get back to you when they're all acclimated and ready for their new home. Also, update on the tank though, there's a little sea urchin doing good. All the corals are doing super well. And the shrimp back there is doing awesome as well. Quick update on the fish. I'm gonna go ahead and get my tester ready and just check their salinity. Ignore the LED lights in the background, I was too lazy to turn them off. But we have both fish in here getting ready to drip acclimate, and we're gonna make sure their temp and salinity matches up with the salinity and temp of the main tank, and then these guys are gonna be good to go. And just like that, a few hours later, our new fish are in their home. So this right here is the blue tang. He is doing absolutely amazing, a little small. And unfortunately, these blue damsels happen to look exactly like him, which kind of annoys me that I spent $45 on a blue tang when I already have two blue damsels that look exactly like him that I got for like free. So, you know, that's annoying, but I absolutely love this guy and I can't wait till he gets bigger. And then our second new fish is this naso tang right here. He is gonna look super cool when they get bigger. They get like these cool thread fins on their tail if they're a male, and they get a nice bright orange lip, so I'm super excited for this guy. But they are all doing really well. I couldn't be happier with how everything turned out. Everyone's completely parasite free, everyone's healthy, everyone's doing great, and the rest of the tank is happy as well. We got the clowns, once again those damsels, the fox face, and the sailfin tang. So we are now up to 3 tangs and a fox face, so I had to go ahead and pick up some more algae clips because these guys eat seaweed like crazy, so I need to have multiple seaweed feeding stations so all the tangs and the fox face can have enough seaweed.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, so I've had these 3 damsels for a while and they've started to mess with the new fish. It's about 2 weeks in and we only have the blue tang left. I will explain that in a minute. But basically what I did was I took this little like fish catcher, threw a plastic bag over it, threw some food inside, cut a hole in the plastic bag, and we're catching damsels all day long. So I'm just gonna take these guys out and throw them in my sump down here. It's perfectly safe for them. There's some rocks for them to hide in and feel comfortable, but basically they're just too aggressive to be in the main aquarium, so they're just gonna live in the sump. It's really no big deal. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab this guy out, reset the trap, and then hopefully catch the other 2. There is 3 in here, and they just keep bothering the new fish, so they gotta go out, but it's no big deal. Now let's go ahead and talk about the naso tang, which we unfortunately did lose. So unfortunately, yes, as you heard, we did lose the naso tang. My light just turned off. Ugh. Okay, I'm back. So yes, we did lose the naso tang. Now, what happened was I added the blue tang and the naso tang the same day. You literally saw that happen, and then here we are. But what happened was I started feeding the fish that night after I got the tang in, both tangs. And the blue tang wasn't eating. The blue tang was the smallest of the 2, so I was really worried about him. he was hiding a lot, and I was just very stressed about him. The naso tang ate immediately. He was eating seaweed, he was eating flakes, he was eating frozen food. So things were all doing great. Well, the next day, the blue tang started eating, and ever since, the blue tang has literally competed my large sailfin tang for food. That blue tang is a workhorse and will go after literally anything. He swims at like 1,000 miles an hour. He is a little speed racer, and he's thriving. Well, unfortunately, about, I think it was 3 days after I had the tang, the naso tang stopped eating, and he was just sitting on the bottom of the tank. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. I tested all my water, everything else was good, all the other fish were good. I tried feeding, I took a pipette and tried spraying flake food right next to him, soaked in garlic and soaked in vitamins. Didn't eat it, so I'm like, okay, I moved him to a quarantine tank, and then he died, I think, a day after having him in QT. Because he made it through the night, and then he died the next day. So yeah, he died in quarantine. I don't know why. It was super weird. It was super sudden. It like all happened in like 2 days. So that was super unfortunate, but we will be getting another naso tang. No doubt about it. The local fish store's already ordering me in another one. I just gotta wait for it to come in. But the blue tang, let's give you a quick 2-week update, is doing so good. Of course my sailfin's in the way, but look at him. He's right there. He's grown actually so much more, which is probably hard for you guys to see. But he is zooming around the tank. He always swims super fast like this. I just fed the tank, that's why it's a little cloudy. They just got some reef nutrition, better brine. But where is he? He's so fast. Okay, there he is. But yes, he is zooming through the tank, doing absolutely amazing. Rest of the fish are doing great as well. And so are all the coral, the shrimp, all that kind of stuff. Even the wrasse is out. The wrasse is getting nice and big. Super, super colorful. One of my favorite fish. Actually, all my fish in here are like my favorites. But yeah, it was super unfortunate that the naso tang did die, but luckily our blue tang is doing really, really good. Now I want to take a quick minute to show you an unboxing of some coral. I got these in the mail from a fellow reef keeper. I sent him a new light, and he sent me some coral. So, right off the bat we have, let's see what this guy is. This guy is the ACAN. This is a rainbow ACAN. He's pretty cool. By the way, I took a 3rd period and 4th period off of school to come get these corals, so very important. This was that mushroom, so this is like a big blue and orange mushroom. He's pretty cool. And then we have some zoas right here. This is a mix of Fruit Loop zoas, I'm pretty sure. And then there's also some other mixed in zoas in there, so nice cool colony. And then this right here is a little chalice. I'll show you guys all these guys in the aquarium later, once they're all acclimated and, you know, ready to go. But basically what I did was I cut open the bags, dumped them into a specimen container, and started drip acclimating them. And then as soon as they're done with drip acclimating, I put them in coral dip. So I just got all the corals in, and my fish just ate super glue. So the way you attach corals is you super glue them to the rocks, or you super glue the frag plugs to the rocks. And what had happened was, as I was gluing these, which by the way, there's everything all opened up. Those are the zoas and the pallies or something like that, mix of zoas. And then this is the ACAN right here, but basically my blue tang, who you guys obviously know from the video, bit off a piece of super glue, got it stuck in his mouth, and then I had to chase him around the tank, break down the tank, get all the rocks out basically, or just move a few around, catch him out, put him on a towel, and use tweezers to pull super glue out of his mouth. That was great. Luckily it's like 2 weeks from that incident, so we're thriving now. That was very stressful, but he pulled through and he's doing perfectly fine. Also, it's hard for you to see, but that chalice right there is new. The ACAN and zoas are new. And then this big mushroom dude right there, there he is also new. Also, just today I picked up a cleaner shrimp to go with my coral banded shrimp. And then I also got a new snail and another hermit crab. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the reef tank. Everything is coming along super, super nice. Oh yeah, also today I went to PETCO and saw they had some turtles. These are yellow belly sliders. This isn't my local PETCO, but I really like how they keep turtles with a lot of water and a nice basking spot. But I also saw these blind cave tetras. Now, these are just normal tetras, I guess, but none of them have eyes. They're all blind. I didn't even know these guys existed. Not a single one of them had any eyes. Anyway, that is pretty much it for today's video, but I do want to update you on one thing, and that is the robo snail. So as you guys may know, this is my automatic glass cleaner. It's basically a Roomba for your aquarium. Now, I've had it for about a month, and I just want to give you my quick pros and cons on the unit. First thing I will say is that I haven't had to clean my front glass. It's hard for you to see, but it has kept the inside of the glass very, very clean, and I haven't had to manually clean it since purchasing this unit. Now, one thing I really don't like, which I don't know if you can see it because of the light reflection, but the little rubber tires on this unit actually make like little, I don't know what they're called, like smears on the glass. So if you kind of look like this, you can kind of see they look like tire tracks and they're all over the glass. So yeah, it does clean the inside of the glass, but it also makes the outside really, really dirty. So I have to clean the outside of the glass every other day pretty much, because it just gets all these little tire tracks all over it. So I really, really do not like that. But other than that, I've had no issues with the unit. I do wish it cleaned the sides, obviously, because I do have to manually clean the sides of my aquarium. But other than that, I haven't had any issues with the unit. So that is gonna be just about it for today's video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. I hope you enjoyed watching me get my 2 dream fish. Unfortunately, like I mentioned, we did lose one. I'm gonna call the fish store today. It's been like a week since they tried to order one in, so I'm just gonna see if another one's come in yet. But I'm hoping we get a new naso tang very soon. Blue tang is still doing great, so that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.